Hey everybody, welcome to Broadway.com's Live at 5. It is Wednesday, December 18th, and I am Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And I am Paul Montoya.
And we are joined here once again by the marvelous Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And we have some fantastic guests. 2 for the price of 1 today, my friends.
Who's here?
We have Emily Bautista and Anthony Festa from the national touring production of Miss Saigon.
Fantastic.
Yes. Amazing. Stars of the show are here to talk to us all about that tour and so much more. But first, let's talk about today's top 5.
These 2 stage icons are reuniting, and they're going to be doing one of my all-time favorite musicals, and it's all so exciting.
It's one of mine, too.
It's
Ragtime. Speaking of Ragtime, the beautiful Aarons and Flaherty, McNally show. So good. So here's the deal. They're going to do, Actors Fund to do a special benefit concert April 27th, and original stars Audra McDonald and Brian Stokes Mitchell will reunite for this. And the entire event will be dedicated to the memory of Maren Maisie, their Ragtime co-star, who of course lost her battle with cancer last year. We miss her terribly. It will be definitely a special event you're going to want to see. More additional casting to be announced. I hope maybe some more of the originals.
Yeah, there are a few others.
Will
I'd
come
like
back
to see.
and do it, and maybe some other new exciting additions. Anyway, we'll keep you informed, but it's not happening until April 27th, but it's definitely a must-see event in 2020.
And some exciting Broadway history is happening at Madison Square Garden.
Yes, speaking of big events happening in
crazy.
2020, yes, so this will be the very first time in history that a Broadway show has played Madison Square Garden, and we are talking about To Kill a Mockingbird is going to be playing the most famous arena in the world. It will be a one-night performance, and it will be for an audience of approximately 18,000 New York City public school students. It's entirely free, which is amazing. This is probably the age you learn To Kill a Mockingbird in school at this age. So this is absolutely incredible. It will feature the full Broadway cast, one night only, and yeah, just gives them the chance to witness the power of Broadway theater in one of the best arenas in the world. It's incredible. It's amazing.
I'm hoping there'll be more Broadway shows. I am now fantasizing a production of Cats with like 1,000 cats.
Yes.
Just cats up every aisle.
Yes.
Everyone's like, wouldn't that be fun?
Amazing,
like,
yeah.
You're laughing, the whole thing. The Jellicle Ball would be just like.
We could have had the prom in Madison Square Garden.
We like the prom anywhere. We'll take the prom anywhere we can get it.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
True that. Yes.
On my gravestone.
Yes. And there's some new faces joining the Music Box Theater in the new year.
David Jeffrey, with the tricky spelling, Jefffery. He's taking over the role of Connor Murphy in Dear Evan Hansen. Starting February 11th, Alex Boniello, who we adore, is leaving on January 26th. He's had a good run in the show. And understudy Dan Mackay will play the role from January 28th through February 9th. David Jeffrey is currently covering the roles of Connor, Evan, and Jared in the show's national tour. So, hey, welcome to Broadway, David.
There's an exciting transfer happening across the pond.
We are talking about Sebastian Barry's brand new play On Blueberry Hill. What a lovely title. Just makes you feel good. On Blueberry Hill, it will move to London's West End in 2020. Following a successful runs in both Dublin and off-Broadway, Jim Culleton will repeat his work as director for the show. It will begin previews on March 5th and will officially open on March 11th at Trafalgar Studios in London. Original stars Niall Buggy and David Ganley will also reprise their performances in the show. On Blueberry Hill follows a group of best friends and worst enemies of Christy and PJ, who are destined to share their lives for 20 years. As the two men reflect on hope and torment of life outside, they slowly uncover events that have led them to their world with explosive, bittersweet consequences. Wow, full-on
explosive
drama.
and bittersweet.
Drama.
You don't get those adjectives together
and
often.
the title On Blueberry Hill doesn't make you think such things will happen, but yeah, sounds great.
Is that the song? I found my thrills on Blueberry.
No, isn't that like
different hill?
I think it's a different hill. Also named after a fruit, though. I think, yeah, right.
Yes. And a member of the Broadway.com family had some amazing news today, and we've been freaking out about it.
Hey, Mr. Matt Roden, who any Broadway.com viewers know his red carpet challenges, which are so much fun at every Broadway opening. He's playing Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
Nuts. That's crazy.
We all want to get in a van and drive to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll have to see if we can pull that off. This is a new production directed by artistic director Mark Clemens. And congratulations, Matt Roden. This is amazing. He will be joined by Bethany Thomas, who is a favorite out at Milwaukee Rep as Isak. Previews start January 28th, and the show opens January 31st. And Matt Roden, in addition to doing the Red Carpet Challenge, he also has a new podcast called The Come Up on the Broadway Podcast Network. And he does those urban campfires.
He
So
does.
fun.
Have you been to
I've
those?
been. They're
Yeah.
so fun.
He's not just a fun Broadway.com personality. He's an actor and a singer and a songwriter.
And he was in a musical, and the song is so good. I literally listened to it for weekends straight.
He's Soup's talented, that
Soup's
Matt Roden.
talented.
That's
Anyway.
why we scooped him up.
Congrats, Matt.
Yeah, congrats.
Remember the little people.
Yes, please. Also on the site, guys, Cats, the movie is happening. There are photos from the world premiere. Was it the world premiere?
World premiere was in
World
New York
premiere.
City.
We have photos from that event and lots of, cabs with cat ears all around the city right now. So
And
hunt one of
tune in
those down.
tomorrow on Live at 5 to get my Cats review.
Yes, big. It's a
I saw
big
it.
scoop tomorrow.
Yeah. Also, Erica Jane is about to start as
Yes,
Roxy Hart.
in
And
Chicago.
Caitlin, you went and talked to her.
I talked to her.
You loved her?
She's so excited about
Yeah,
it.
she's
Yeah.
super excited.
She's
Great.
I'm pumped for her. This is really cool.
To be great. And we also have photos from the Hal Prince Memorial that
Right.
happened as
Right.
well. So check all of that out on the site. But don't do that right now, because first we're going to talk to Emily Bautista and Anthony Festa. Paul, thank you so much.
Thank
Enjoy
you.
your evening. Yes, watch out for that Cats embargo. And Caitlin, would you tell us a little bit about today's guests, please?
Yes. Guys, today we have Emily Bautista and Anthony Festa here with us today, and they are currently starring in the national tour of Miss Saigon. Yes, Emily actually made her Broadway debut in the 2017 revival of Miss Saigon, where she understudied Kim, so she knows a thing or two about the role, okay? And Anthony, you guys may have seen him when he toured across the country. He did Wicked, he did Finding Neverland. They're super talented. They've been with the show since this national tour started, so we're really excited to have them here. Make sure you follow them at M_Bautista and at Festified, right? Yes. Follow them there. Leave all of your questions in the comments down below. And everyone, please welcome Anthony, Emily, and Ryan.
Hello, guys. So good to see you again. How have you been? You have been. So, yeah, we did a lot of stuff with you guys when you were getting ready to launch this tour. You came in and sang. We did interviews, all sorts of great. How are you guys doing? How is road life? How is taking Miss Saigon across the country?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. Yeah, we've hit up a ton of cities. We've had almost 440 shows since we last saw you. Yeah.
That's absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
What's been the biggest surprise about this experience to you? So I mean, I know that you were both really excited when you were getting ready to hit the road, but it's a epic musical. You're taking it, as you said, to so many places, so many new audiences. What's surprised you most about this experience so far?
I think, you know what, the show is 30 years old, and it still rings so true today and connects to the audience in such a way that I didn't realize it would. Especially going all across America, doing it back in New York, you know, you get everyone from out of town, but you get a lot of New Yorkers, and you get a lot of the same audience. We get different audiences every single city we go, different reactions every single city we go, and we've gotten to meet a lot of cool people along the way. A lot of veterans kids and stuff, so that's been really cool.
Oh wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah, the veterans at the stage door. I also love hearing at the stage door when people say to us, you know, this hasn't been to this city in 15 years or 20 years, and that happens almost in every single city, so it's kind of special that we're bringing something back, and it has like a newness and a freshness to it as well.
Absolutely. I know you both spoke about when you first got cast, there was like a sort of a training seminar, like to just get some history of what this whole story is based on and what it's all about. And a group of you recently went to Vietnam, right? Tell me about this experience. What was that?
Sure. So a lot of people in our cast hit up Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, just, you know, to get a sense of the story we were talking about.
Sure.
We did a lot of research with Lawrence Connor, our director, watching documentaries and stuff, but we were actually able to meet up in like Vietnam. The two of us met up and did the Cu Chi tunnels.
We went to the War Remnants Museum, which
that was really cool.
amazing because we got to see the other perspective of the war. We got to see the Vietnamese perspective. Not everything that we learn in United States history books, but something a little different, you know, and it was kind of eye-opening for me. It brought a new sense to my character as well.
Right. Do you notice, I don't know if you guys do like talk back feedbacks after certain shows, or when you engage with people, what kind of questions do they have for you, or what kind of things do they want to talk to you about after seeing this show? What do they bring up to you?
I think a big one is how we're able to do such an emotional show every night. I feel like that's a big one, and the stamina for that.
Yep.
And I think, a lot of the answer is our cast is so great. We're all so close. We love to all go eat food together and go out together and just have a good time. And it helps to be able to trust your cast members while telling a story like this, and also have a good time with them.
Yeah. I know when you were getting ready, we did a conversation with you and Eva Noblezada and Lea Salonga, the only other two people who know what it's like to inhabit this role. And and they sort of said, this is going to be very emotionally taxing. It's going to be physically taxing. How has those 400 plus performances of playing this character Kim, how are you doing? Are you well?
My emotional well-being, my physical well-being. No, I am good. I am. Once we started getting into it, I got what they meant. You know, it's I didn't expect it to be playing it a couple times back in New York, but doing it 6 times a week, night after night after night, it definitely does. You dive farther and farther and farther into the psyche and the character of Kim, and it's something that I haven't had to go through, being a mother at 17, being an orphan, thank God. But to dive deeper into that mentality definitely does take a toll, but I have become a little too good at spoiling myself.
Well, you need the balance.
Yeah. And a little too addicted to Friends on Netflix. But, all the things that keep you sane, and being able to hang out with the cast and hang out with this guy. I mean, it's just... It's
happy movies after the show, right?
Yes, I would hope so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Is there something about playing Kim? What's something you've learned about either you or about your craft since playing Kim, since taking on this role?
I think simplicity. I think that was a big thing. When we first started, I wanted to be mad in every scene. I wanted to be crying in every scene, and even though I wasn't actually crying, I wanted to be, and I didn't have to be, because there's so much more to the pain and the sadness of Kim.
Sure.
There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of moments of happiness, and especially the scenes with us, there's a lot of joy that they find in the midst of all this chaos and destruction. They find a moment of simplicity, just looking into each other's eyes. And we were actually just talking about it, being back in the city, we sing a lot of shows and stuff. You learn.
West Side Story last night.
Oh, wow. Early. You got in there early,
we
guys.
Got it early.
You got the connection. My goodness.
But just kind of taking from that and seeing how simple, but how moving an actor can be on stage, and then kind of transferring it back into the show.
Yeah. Anthony, what kind of research did you do in preparation for taking on this role? What did you immerse yourself in?
We watched a lot of documentaries in the beginning, the Ken Burns documentary, and that really kind of opened my eyes to the different perspectives of the war. But it was most recently when we went to that War Remnants Museum, and I read all of the stories that the Vietnamese people would tell about the American soldiers, and how much of an impact we had in the time that we were there, that really opened my eyes to a whole new world and a whole new feeling.
Sure.
So every night I walked on stage to sing Why God Why, it felt different after that.
I bet.
After walking through the streets of Ho Chi Minh City, as it's now called.
Right.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And so with a show like this, not only are you bringing these characters and this topic to people that may have, we were talking before the show about there are certain events in history that we don't know happened. I mean, we know this, but the story gets told so differently. On top of all of that, they're experiencing just this epic musical. What kind of reactions do you get from people that are just, because I mean, it's the show with the helicopter. There's a helicopter and what is it like to watch these people just to be blown away by this show?
It's so cool. I mean, we travel with the helicopter from city to city.
So you and your trusty helicopter.
Yeah. Well, she gets a truck all to herself.
Oh, of course she
does. Tell them what you call her.
What's that?
Tell them what you call her.
What do I call her? I don't remember.
The second leading lady.
Oh, yeah, here comes... Because I'll be like, here comes
nice.
the leading lady. Yeah, she's in the show for literally like 90 seconds.
But it is an intense.
But it's
It
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
90
And the way that
Yeah.
the wind blows you away with the fans and everything, it takes me there. It makes me really feel like I'm there. So it's epic and unbelievable on a huge proportion. Tony
Yeah.
Driver, our set designer, just crushed it out of the park. I
Oh my
mean,
God,
Absolutely,
So beautiful.
absolutely. And what are the? I always want to know with people that are on the road. What is your rose and what is your thorn about road life? What's your favorite thing about road life? And be honest with what's the most challenging part of road life? Emily, you first.
For me, it's the one. It's food.
Food.
It's a rose and a thorn.
Yeah.
Because
Point. Yeah.
it's awesome. You know, we get to go and we get to go try all these different
Signature
foods.
dishes of
Yeah.
cities across.
You're in
yeah.
Chicago, you want deep dish. You're in
Absolutely.
Philly, you want Philly cheesesteaks.
Yeah,
But
It's
absolutely.
like,
you're in Chicago, you want 12 deep dish
Yeah.
pizzas. You're in Philly, you want Pat's
yeah.
subs or
Yeah.
Pat's Philly's cheesesteaks
Yeah.
every single night after
Have you
the
discovered
show.
anything new food-wise? Something you had never had? Something you never knew, like in a city that you've gone to?
It was in Seattle when we were over in.
Oh, I took you to that Filipino restaurant.
That was
Oh,
really
great.
cool. Yeah, Filipino food I don't eat a lot of, but
Sure.
she's Filipino, so
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have like 8. Oh no, we have more than that. There's like 11 of us in the cast, I think, that
yeah,
are
3
Filipino.
Vietnamese, got 4 Vietnamese now.
3 now.
Yeah, 3.
I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of Filipinos. So we all. That's been
Go
something
hunting
cool.
for the good spots
I've-
around.
I've
like
eaten
where
more Asian food this year than any other year
that-
in my
it's
life.
appropriate.
And I,
Yeah, that's-
and I love it. It's
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
And your rose and thorn about tour life.
Oh, I would have said the food, but I would say it gets tough going from. I like going from city to city. I think the rose is seeing the reaction on different parts of America.
Yeah.
Middle America acts differently than California and
coastal,
And so
yeah,
I
sure.
actually like that a lot. I enjoy if they feel uncomfortable because we're bringing this story to them because it's real.
Right.
And I'd say that it's most difficult on travel days because
Yeah.
and it depends because sometimes we'll sit down for a month in Chicago and then sometimes we'll have 3 2-weekers or 1-weekers in a row and it's a quick turnaround to just jump right back into it.
Yeah.
But that
Yeah.
as well as the venues, every venue's different, every sound is different, so you've got to like adjust to the sound. We're not planted in a Broadway house right now where
Right.
we've got our groove going. We have our groove, but we have different versions of the groove that we know.
Yeah.
Right. What's a favorite moment for you on stage to perform in the show, or to even experience when you're not on stage? You're rarely not on stage. But what's a favorite moment for you? Has it changed over the course?
I have a cop-out answer, but not a cop-out answer. It's just the answer I always give
Yeah.
because I love it so much, and it definitely is the nightmare scene.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's so cool when everybody in the company comes together. The orchestra is just playing the most beautiful music, most dramatic. Claude Michel and Alain just wrote the most intense, dramatic music that really transports you out of your seats. And then it's so cool because our director, Lawrence Connor, when we were first blocking the scene, he talked about something that I don't think I ever thought about. And I know we talked about this a little bit, but it was like the relationships between the Vietnamese and the GIs. On one side of the gates, you have the Vietnamese trying to get in and trying to flee Vietnam. You have the GIs trying to help them in, but also taking orders and having to deal with the fact that they know the people on the other side.
Yeah.
I never thought about that relationship,
But know them well.
and they know them well.
Hairdressers,
Right.
Waiters.
people. We've developed relationships and cultivated an environment that we all live in together.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like my favorite part to be a part of, but then to step off stage and then watch from the wings, because I don't actually get to be on stage when this guy gets up in the helicopter,
Right.
or when the Viets when the Asian ensemble is all downstage and screaming at the helicopter. I just get to watch it backstage, and
Right.
it's just so impactful every single night.
Right. And what kind of Why God Why is obviously a huge number for your character. Also, we might have a little surprise in the future, in the near future, having to do with that. But what's it like for you to be able to I know Emily talked about you would ride the school bus listening to the score of Voice. What's it like to be able to sing just that heightened song of musical theater?
In high school, I used to have a CD, and on the CD it said Rent-Miss Saigon. And I would
Didn't we all?
Yeah. And I would shove it in my CD player on my way to high school, and I would just like sing it all full out.
Yeah.
And so every
to be
night
doing that in front of
it's so surreal. And every night that I hear bum, 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 like once that starts, I still get the hair every single
Totally.
night once Dreamland gets going. my hairs rise, and I'm like, this is I can hear it every night. So yeah.
No, I hope people take advantage. It's rare to have a musical of this scale, of this importance, with this sort of talented of a cast and team to be able to travel the country like this and to go to so many cities. So I hope you all out there that are watching take advantage. Go see this incredible show. Speaking of the people out there, what would they like to know from our beautiful guests?
Yes, definitely. So Jake says, "Hi, I saw you guys in Arizona 3 times. So what's up?"
3 times?
Yeah, 3 times.
Do that work.
He says, you kind of talked about this a little bit, but how does your experience with the show change venue to venue? And does the venue you're in kind of transform the acting and your performance?
Yeah. We kind of talked about the sound, because the sound is definitely different. I think, actually, the reaction of audience members, I think when we get to states where we know that the show might not be conceived in the best light,
Sure.
it makes me want to try harder to show them what the actual message of our show is.
Yeah.
I think that's for me.
Did you say Arizona he was from?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's the Gamage Center that
we liked it. Arizona was great.
I mean, it was
Good job.
that venue was like, it made me feel like Celine Dion because it was so huge and the sound was like.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's also a Broadway Across America venue.
I get it.
So well done, Anthony. Yeah, you can.
Nailed it.
But no, have you noticed? You sort of talked about this a little bit, but the audiences, in the middle part of the country or in states where might not necessarily be as receptive to something like this. Has those expectations of yours sort of been flipped, though? I mean, are you noticing that they really are receiving it more than maybe you initially thought they would or feared?
I mean, I'm still hearing sniffles and I'm still, getting the same emotion from the audience, and it's funny because you can feel, as a performer, I always try to feel with the audience because we're telling a story for you and with you, and I can always feel the hesitation in those types of cities where they're just a little like there's
maybe
a lot
tentative about
there's a lot going on for them, and then it's nice to feel them. I have the moment in Why God Why where I sit on the stairs with a cigarette and I just very delicately start my song and I open up to them and I can feel them kind of come with me on the journey, and that's a nice feeling. Yeah,
absolutely.
Amazing. We can do another question, and Gina wants to know, what is it like to be bringing a Broadway level musical across the country? And in most houses, the case is the fact that these venues are bigger than most Broadway houses here. And you said you felt like Celine Dion, but all right.
Some of these venues are ginormous.
Yeah, and I think that was honestly one of the struggles we had, but now I think we've found a way to do it. The show that we do is so intimate, and it is hard to do it to 3,000 people and make sure that the story is being told in a true and honest way, but also get across to that person in the back row.
Right.
That was definitely one of my hardest parts when we first started. Was having that being
Her
able
voice
to feel
makes
the
it to the
audience.
back row.
I'm sure. I've heard.
She's incredible.
You're fine. No, but also, I know I'm somebody that my first experiences were with musical theater were Broadway national tours, and so it's you are bringing this show to people for the very first time, or like you said, a lot of people that may have seen it before, like this is the new version of Miss Saigon.
I think what's so beautiful about Lawrence Connor's direction, our director who's doing it now, he's directed it and staged it in a way that it's a movie. So every transition happens so fluidly and so cool. fast that it's like watching a screen flip real quick, and then oh my God, we're in a new scene, and I think that is just a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. Well, guys, thank you so much. I know you're both super busy. You're on a little break. Enjoy the break. Enjoy the holidays with your families. And make sure you go check out the touring production of Miss Saigon all across the country, all across North America with these two amazing stars. Thank you guys so much. Please come back and visit us anytime. Caitlin, would you be so kind as to take us out, please?
Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single weekday here on Facebook. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts by searching for #live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Celia Rose Gooding from Jagged Little Pill.